Hello, brothers and sisters of light and dark. Welcome to your doom. I talk about common sense, but I try to keep it down under the nitty gritty, under 10 minutes. If it goes over 10 minutes, there's something very, very, very important. What's up with this camera, man? And if it goes over 10 minutes, there's something very, 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 very important. If it goes over 10 minutes, it's something very, very, very important. And not these videos are not important to liberals, libertards, people believe in God, people like to smoke, people like to drink, people like ayahuasca, people like DMT. So your attention span may not be there if you're listening to me, okay? All right? I talk about important topics that most people are not talking about on the internet. That's what my videos are about. I tend to talk about, right now I'm just talking, relationships, great advice, okay, from a Gen X perspective. Sometimes I talk about esoteric stuff like transfiguration, morphosizing yourself into something much more better than what you are. You have to be a unit, okay? A eunuch. You could be a eunuch or a unit, okay? Chop the dick off, okay? And then you will be a better person, okay? Once you can chop the dick off, the chop energy off, you're fine. Please read my credentials down below. I'm going down a rabbit hole, not up your asshole. This video is going to be about why a few bad apples can mess up a lot of things for women in general. And like I said before, the women will always be winning because there's still always going to be beta and Johns and simps to cater towards women just because they're beautiful, okay? Simply because, okay? You know why PORNHUB exists, and you already know why fans only exist. So we got that fact out of the way. Women will always be put on the pedestal where they don't belong, all right? But let me tell you something here, okay? There are repercussions for the few bad apples that started back in the 1940s into the 50s. And what happens is that if you got a few bad apples messing things up, a lot of alphas are not going to accept women. As I said before, what I say time and time again, most women want to be stable in relationships. They want to have huge families, big families. Most women don't want to have 12 children coming out of their one vagina. Okay, this is a fact, okay? And when you talk to women about the pathology of how a family should be made, they should be talking to Italians. Italians know how it works. Family is business. So whenever you see one male messing with one female doing monogamous relationships, his family is not that big. His family is not that big, dog. Okay? And the bad women, the bad few apples that make up the women for the feminist movement will only cause more destruction for focusing in on discipline. You know what I mean by discipline, and educated brothers from another mother like myself, because lots of times, okay, when I was over there in seas in Ethiopia, I saw a few houses with a lot of women in it, and I walk up to these houses and I see women which are wives of men from overseas, okay? And so these men have money, okay? So what's going to happen is that real men are not going to deal with the shit that a lot of, that westernized women, okay, are going to go through. Because a lot of westernized women are very narcissistic. They don't know how to treat men. And if they did, America would be a better place. And also every developed country that's out there would be a better place as well. Whenever a woman talks back to a man, okay, and in some kind of negative way, then that shows she had no respect for her father, or maybe her father wasn't there, because that's what really it comes down to. When a woman talks back to a man, it usually comes down to that. I teach my daughters to always respect a man, because men are overall more smarter. And if you want to be as smart as a man, you have to be a tomboy and be interested in boy things, okay? And have hobbies like boy things. Men have more things to do and more hobbies than women overall. So in general, it's actually up to the women to want. What the fuck is this? Is that a bug? Okay. What is this? You know how you drive on the highway and sometimes you have these little pebbles that hit your glass, okay? And this is tempered glass, right? And I'm like, is that another piece of little pebble that flew on there? Anyway, I digress here. Please, the handful of women that's out there, because it's not majority of women, most of the majority of women are too narcissistic and too ignorant to understand what's going on. So they just feed into the single mother syndrome. Single mother syndrome, again, is just those women who like to go on their own accord on what they should do in life rather than get advice from their father pairs or anything like that, as a matter of fact. When that happens and when women run around with their heads cut off, society goes down in the shits. All right? And all of the real men will look elsewhere. Real men. I'm not talking about Kevin Samuels. I'm not talking about Andrew Tate's. Those are beta alpha constructs. People call them alpha because of the way they look and the way they sound. But most of you, trust me, most of you did not have alpha fathers. And you'll lie to me and say, oh, my father was strict. No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't. You better talk to Candace Owens about that. Anytime you talk to a dragon female, a female who have conversation and fireness, with her stimulated conversation, astute as she can be, it's rare. I've met a few of them. Most of the time, they're not virgins, though, which is sad. Okay, but the problem is that once a woman becomes astute and very intelligent, she's on the path of being she's on the path of being with a great king, a polygynous king, because no real man is going to deal with one woman, one wife. Okay, no. Happy wife, happy life. Bullshit. It's actually happy husband and happy life. Okay, because it's fuck that. Okay. Other than that, most women will be unhappy when they think in that term, like happy wife, happy life. No, they're going to be unhappy later on because they're going to initiate the divorces anyway. So they're going to be unhappy. His karma is just usually a bitch, right? Okay. They don't know how to submit. They don't want to learn from a man. And as I said this time and time again, the handful of women that do exist who believe in the feminist movement are just going to make things worse. Okay, for real. For most women, okay, and then women are going to start crying, and they're going to suffer later down the line, okay, because they got this entitlement thing. I think it's a genetic thing. My ex, even though she was a virgin, I thought that this Jezebel spirit, it's not as strong as it was until I went to Ethiopia and I picked up my Ethiopian wife who was a virgin. She had her father and she had a virgin, and then I realized the spirit. In Africa, they told me there is a spirit that goes into a woman's body when she doesn't have enough discipline to contain her, or she can't be taught or trained. Okay, Now, I know there's some women who may disagree with me here, but you know how you have to raise children, okay? You have to allow them to make their own choices, right? And sometimes they just can't do it. So, and later on down their life, when they don't want the discipline to learn, educate on how to submit, simple things, because men are low maintenance. They don't need that much. They need the dick sucked, or they want to fuck every once in a while. It's so easy to handle men. And women would say this all the time to me. They were like, oh, he was so boring. And I'm like, what do you mean? That's stability, dog. Okay. I'm like, why would you want to fuck that up? And then I got women talking to me, I regret getting a divorce. I'm like, there you go. Ding, ding, ding. Okay. There's so many women who are untrainable and they don't understand. Okay, like I said, I don't hate on women, guys. There are even women therapists saying they can't do it. Women therapists is like out there. They do exist, and I talked to a few of them. They say women are too hard. They're gonna suffer, okay, because they don't know how to submit. They don't read that Bible. They don't know what the fuck that is. They'll say they're a Christian or believe in God, and they're lies. That's all lies. It's an illusion. Now, what about the guys? Okay, now, the problem with the single mother syndrome, they create bastard children. And the bastard children either are not taught to, so they become the same thing as a woman, but there's only 25% of them, because the 25% of them are highly attractive males. 80% of beta women always gravitate towards 25% of the males. This is a fact, so we don't even need to debate this. I know this. We have Johns, we have simps, we have guys who are just suckers. They'll marry any female because she's quote unquote beautiful, okay? Or they're in their sexual energy. But other than that, that's all I really got to say in this video, guys. I want to keep it down to the 10 minutes. I'm just going on a rant here, okay, about this shit. And any woman who's listening to me, you better come to me before it's too late. If you already lost your virginity, we can still do something about that. You can still do something even though you lost your virginity, okay? But you have to talk to the right source. And I do have a Patreon down there. You can join in the first tier, second, third, or fourth. The more you care, the more you give. $20 to $25 is not a lot, babies. I charge much less than Kevin Samuels. I get rid of the middleman. I'm not ambitious. I'm not ambitious, guys. And this is the problem with some guys. They're like, why ain't you popular? So you talking all this facts and shit, it's 110%, but I don't want to be popular. It's not necessary. It's not what I do. I work behind the scenes. As a matter of fact, I'm the one who calls the Passport Boys, the Kevin Samuels, and I'm the one who calls the Joe versus Wade, okay? I'm the one who's actually got the Twitter with the Elon Musk. I'm the one who did that with my magic. Now, what I'm working on now is paternity fraud. This is something that has been neglected in society. Why is it that when the woman, you can't ask for paternity in the hospital before the child is born, okay? You know, it's like, yo, you don't need to be there if that's not your child, guys. There's a lot of guys taking care of children that's not theirs. I remember a story with my grandma who tried to manipulate a paternity, okay, with the blood testing and the blood work. And she got caught and sent to jail. And she also murdered somebody, too. My grandma was out of her mind, okay, you know, but I speak ill of the dead when they deserve it, okay? They know they didn't fix the problems they have, so I'm not talking down on them, but I talk ill of anybody I want, especially if they wasn't a good person. Other than that, that's all I really got to say, guys. I love you all, but I hate the many of you, okay? I love animals more than humans, but I don't fuck the animals. It's the consequences of women's behavior. And if it's not fixed, all of the real men, the alphas who actually follow me, okay, you'll get your take in 82. Me, I get child support now because I thought a virgin will stay loyal. Okay, I digress. I was going to say something about that, but that's not the case. Whenever women get around a lot of people, and they got that phone in their hand, they tend to get distracted. This is why I take some of my advice. I'm learning from Amish people, okay? I'm learning from Amish people now. I got my knowledge from Pimps and some Italians, which are the highest on the negative alpha totem pole. But from Amish people, it's a spiritual thing, okay? They say live off the land. The Native Americans also have great advice, too. So a lot of people are not taking advice from these individuals. And there are some Amish who do polygyny as well. Okay, yes. Multiple wives and shit like that. But I just take my advice to those people who are successful. And my best advice for you women is to basically keep your legs closed and have a father figure nearby. Because you can't go out here and choose a mate. Okay. Oh, he looks cute. That's what women are doing. That's what a lot of beta males are doing too, you know, or beta alpha males. The beta alpha males, which are only 25% of the population, they are conceited, okay, and they're narcissists. Whenever a woman talks about a narcissist, that's the beta alpha male. Okay, that's the beta alpha male. That's only 25% of the men out there. Instead of falling for someone her type, she tries to fall for someone else. A beta female is any female who wears makeup. Let's keep that real. They have insecurities within themselves. They haven't had alpha fathers. That's the best way. That's the pathology. No matter which direction you take it from, I'm going to say they haven't been taught. They haven't been taught, dog. Let's just cut it right there, okay? And so when you have lack of education, you cannot be an alpha. It's that simple. It's that simple. Alphas have education. Sigmas has education. Either you trying to be a loner or a black pilot, okay, whatever. Okay, trust me. Education is important for alphas, sigmas, and I'm on a spiritual level, so I'm indigo. I'm higher than all that shit. I don't socialize with people, dogs. I say this time and time again. I don't care how you think. Fuck your feelings. All right? There's people who try to screw people and not have trust issues. I will tell people and any person I do, I have trust issues, so I have to track every motherfucking thing. Everybody's insecure about something. Some more than others. And if you're not paranoid enough, you are going to suffer the repercussions of that. Trusting people and like, oh, because the way the person look, the person sound. No. Trust no one except yourself. Learn thyself over everything else. Because I'm not your average man. I'm not your P.O. Pan. And I do TikTok therapy, guys. I'm also on Big O. And I do therapy on Facebook. I post my crazy, cringy ass face up on there too, yeah, on Facebook. But of course, I do cringiness on purpose to get the masses and asses off because they're idiots. And be like they look at you and they hear you, but they're not getting the message. They're just in their emotions. Okay, fuck your feelings. Okay, I'm not your average man. I'm not your Peter Pan. You thought it froze, did it? Peace.